and welcome back to Building a House from Trees. This week's episode, this is going to be a part one of two of the process of flooring. And the hard process of flooring, from cutting a tree down in the middle of the winter, dragging it out with an old Ford tractor, milling it out on a Wood-Mizer LT28 sawmill, letting it dry in the sun for months, and then milling it down on the Wood-Mizer, 208, something or other. It's a four-sided planer that my friend and neighbor has, and I do a work trade with him to use that. It took us about a half a day to set up the knives precisely, and we did. And once we did, we could sing all of this board footage, maybe 700-800 board feet of wide pine through the planer, and it was great, and it's just perfect. It was left with a dead flat floor. This in part one is just that process, and then me getting the first room down and installed. And part two will be the installation fully, and then the sanding and finishing. Sanding, it was like wrestling a moose, that big old sander, but anyway, this is exciting. It's an incredibly slow, hard process, but immensely rewarding, and I'm left with some really beautiful boards and some incredible grain. And it's just fun to imagine this, when this was a tree, what it looked like, and now it's this upstairs floor, and it's done, and the trim is mostly done up here. We're getting really close. So, thanks for watching, thanks for tuning in, thanks for all the comments, and we'll see you out there. This is going to be a pretty short episode, I think. This is just going to be about tiny little bit of logging that I've gotten into in the last couple weeks. I took down 2 or 3 trees, and I milled down to 7/8, and so I'm going to hit that with the planer. And this is going to be flooring for the upstairs. That's also going to be flooring for the upstairs. So I'm milling a lot of the flooring for the upstairs. I'm milling soffit material for up there out of the tops. Big knots I don't really care about up there. I'm going to run screens and all this stuff, but I'm back to milling a little bit. And alright, let's rock and roll. I'm actually going to try to just drop right into this road because it's mostly stem. And then maybe that smaller one there. The rest I'm going to mill for the flooring upstairs. So really nice wide pine boards. I can probably get, 1x12s, 1x14s out of here. And then out of the top, I've got 4 logs, 4 8-foot logs there. I'm going to use that for the soffit material. So a lot of wood here, and I'm actually going to go drop one more tree. Okay, what we're getting going here is the flooring. So that wide pine board in that other room that I milled with my neighbor up the road, thank you very much, which you just saw. Presumably I've edited that footage together into this video. I mean, really, who can know at this point? What I've done here is just kind of, Julie went through and undercut all the beams, which was great. I didn't want to do that because it's very hard, but she did it, and that is fantastic. That way we can, just like downstairs, have the pine boards slipped under there with room for them to expand. What I'm gonna do is, for a couple people's recommendations, I'm gonna screw and glue basically the wide pine floor. Knock it together, it's all tongue and groove, but screw and glue it down, and hope that that holds it down well without much squeaking or movement. So this room is painted. Julie and I finished painting it yesterday. That's really sweet. So we're close. We're getting there. Well, there we go, the first board laid. This is 10 feet by 10 feet. I got about, I guess, 100 square feet done today. Setup took a while, but it looks good. It's solid. It's slow. I'm screwing, so I'm gluing, as you can see, I guess at this point in the film. You can see that I'm gluing and screwing stuff down. So I think the subfloor adhesive PL400 there is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting as far as holding it down, keeping it from squeaking. I think it's going to be a really solid floor. But I'm also screwing it with little trim head screws in a line. And that's, you know, I'm measuring them out and putting them all in. So, hear the Phoebe out there? Well, anyway, I'm very tired. This has been a push today, but it's going quick. It's going quicker than the small oak pieces. You know, that was just so much better. I mean, there's little gaps and stuff, and that's okay. But for wood that I milled, I mean, I cut this tree down in January. I guess that's how the video will start. Kicking in some glue there. I don't need to be doing that here. What am I doing? Anyway, I'm babbling. There it is. I'm gonna go take a cold shower outside and get back at this tomorrow morning. Giddy up.